So now what we're going to do is we're going to build our line. Now we did this last class, so you probably have a little bit of skill on this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my text box over here. So I'm just going to click on it till it lights up blue, and I'm going to hit delete, and it's gone. Okay, I don't really need it there. Next thing I'm going to do is go up here to the line. I'm going to click on line, and then I'm going to go kind of in the center of the page relative to the title. I'm going to left click, and I'm going to drag across my pad over here, and I'm going to draw a line. Okay, now I have a line. That's eventually going to be our timeline. Now this is a pretty thin line, so I would suggest adding some weight to it. So we're going to go to line weight, and we're going to make it, let's make it a 3px line. Okay, now don't click off it yet. And if you did, click back on it, because we're starting in 2000 and we're ending in 2000, which means there's time before and there's time after, and we indicate this on a timeline with arrows, that there's something before and there's something after. So if you go over here, you can see the line start. We're going to click on that, and we'll pick an arrow. I'll just choose this one. You could choose whichever one you want. And then the end of the line is right next to it, or line end. Same arrow, and now, matchy-patchy, we have our timeline. Now, if you think it's crooked or something like that, click on it, and then right-click, go to center on page and center it horizontally, and that'll straighten it up, usually, if it's not so straight. Okay, so we've got our line. Now we've got to add our 40 stops along the way. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go back to line and make sure we're clicked on it, and then same deal, left click and drag till we have a line. And same deal as well, let's make the line a little bit more robust, but let's make this like a 2px. Okay, and same deal over here, I can center to the page vertically, and you'll see it'll probably pop you up a little bit, so you could either kind of go up with your arrow over here. I like to use the arrows on the side on the keyboard, and if you just use the arrows, it kind of jumps a bunch. And if you hit Shift, it's a lot lesser jumps. So I'm determining this to be kind of the center. All right. Now I'm gonna click back on my line over here, and I'm gonna copy this. I use Command C, and I'm gonna paste it. Okay. And I just copied and pasted it. I can now right click on it. I can center it on the page vertically, and boom, it lines up right next to my previous one. Then I'm going to capture both of these, and again, Command C copy, Command V paste, and I'm going to hit my arrow button to the right twice, 1, 2, and that actually gives me the perfect spacing. I can right click again, center on page vertically, and now I have 4 lines. I'm going to take my 4 lines, I'm going to group them. Control C to copy, Control V to paste, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Always 2 more than you copied. Right click, didn't show up, but again, click on them, right click, center on the page, vertically, and now I have 8 lines. I'm going to take 2 more lines, just like that, and I'm going to copy them and paste them as well, 1, 2, and I'm going to center it, and I now have 10 lines. So now I can capture the 10 lines and copy those, and this is 10 lines, and I'll just move 12. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nope. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right, I don't really get the math for that. And I'm going to center it on the page vertically. And I know now that these are 20. I need 40, right? So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to capture all 20, and I'm going to copy and paste. And now I have 40. Now you could always drag with your arrow. I'm going to do that on this one, right? And I'm going to drop it in right over here. And I should have 40 lines over here. And what you'll notice is that the lines are not taking up the whole timeline, and we're going to talk about that uno momento. Now, I probably should have done this earlier, but count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Click on the 5th line and make it into 3px. Oops, popped off my screen there. And count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one, we're going to weight it at 4. Okay, and so this 4 is 10 lines, and this one over here is 5 lines. And what you could keep going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Click on that, make it a 3 thickness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my 10, so I'm going to make it a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and make it a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, make it a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which we knew, and make it a 4. Okay, now it would have been a lot easier if I would have remembered to do this at the beginning. I could have actually just captured these, copied, and pasted, and I would have had these twins. Right, and I could have just popped them up, and then everything would have been built in. So we'll remember that for next time. Okay, now I've got my 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. But it's not taking up the whole line, so I'm going to recapture it. I'm not going to copy it here. Instead, I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to group all of the lines together. And what this allows me to do now is I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to drag these lines right up to the edge of my timeline, and I'm going to take this side as well and do the same thing. And see, it gives me a little red line. It's like, stop, don't go any further. Boom. And now, we'll maybe move it over a little. And now I've got my start point and my end point.